Once home to some of America's most notorious criminals, Eastern State Penitentiary's stone walls now echo with something far more sinister. Strange whispers, ghostly apparitions, and unexplainable chills. What secrets still linger behind these prison walls? Eastern State Penitentiary, built in 1829, was designed to be the most advanced prison of its time. Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it was a marvel of architecture and a new approach to rehabilitation. Instead of overcrowded cells and hard labor, the prisoners were kept in complete isolation, a method believed to encourage reflection and penance, but the reality was far different. These thick, cold walls house suffering, loneliness, and perhaps even madness. And today, long after the prison's doors were closed, many say the ghosts of the past still walk the abandoned halls. The haunting of Eastern State Penitentiary has captivated the minds of paranormal enthusiasts for decades. Visitors and investigators alike have reported seeing shadowy figures darting across the empty cell blocks, hearing disembodied voices calling out in the dark and feeling an oppressive presence that seems to watch them from just beyond the flickering shadows. Is it the echoes of the prisoners who lived and perhaps died here? Or is there something even more sinister lurking in the darkness? One of the most well-known spirits is believed to be that of Joseph "Slick" Willie Sutton, one of the most notorious bank robbers in American history. Sutton was held in Eastern State during the 1930s and even attempted a daring escape through a tunnel dug under the prison walls. Some say that his restless spirit still roams the corridors, perhaps searching for the freedom that eluded him in life. There have been numerous reports of shadowy figures near his former cell, and an icy chill that seems to permeate the air. Then there's Al Capone, the infamous gangster who also spent time within these walls. Capone was said to be plagued by a ghost during his incarceration. Many believe it was the spirit of James Clark, a victim of the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Capone claimed he could hear ghostly voices in his cell crying out in anguish and anger. Even today, visitors report hearing muffled cries emanating from Capone's cell, as though the ghost that haunted him in life still hasn't left. The layout of Eastern State Penitentiary itself seems to add to its chilling atmosphere. Designed in a radial shape, the prison is made up of long, narrow corridors that seem to stretch endlessly, with cells lining each side like spokes on a wheel. The design was intended to make the prisoners feel isolated, unable to communicate with anyone but their own thoughts and the guards. The towering stone walls and narrow skylights only add to the sensation of being cut off from the world, of being forgotten, and perhaps some of those souls have never left. One of the most chilling stories involves Cell Block 12, often called the most haunted area of the penitentiary. It's here that people have reported hearing terrifying sounds, screams, whispers, and even manic laughter. Shadows seem to move of their own accord, and many who have entered Cell Block 12 speak of an overwhelming sense of dread, as though they're not alone, even when they are. There are also accounts of strange lights appearing in Cell Block 6, and sightings of a mysterious figure standing guard in one of the towers, even though the tower has been inaccessible for years. Paranormal investigators have visited Eastern State countless times, capturing eerie footage of unexplainable occurrences, mysterious orbs, shadowy figures, and voices that seem to whisper through the silence. But what makes Eastern State Penitentiary so haunted? Could it be the suffering of those imprisoned within these walls? The prison was infamous for its harsh conditions. Prisoners were kept in solitary confinement for up to 23 hours a day, with nothing but a small slit in the wall for light, earning it the nickname the House of Sorrows. This extreme isolation drove many prisoners to madness, and it's said that the mental and emotional anguish endured here created a lasting imprint on the penitentiary. Visitors have described feeling sudden, inexplicable drops in temperature, an overwhelming sense of sadness, or the feeling of being watched. Paranormal experts often call this residual haunting, where the intense emotions of the past leave behind an energy that replays over and over, almost like an echo trapped within the stone walls. But there are also those who believe the hauntings are more than just echoes of the past. Some think that the spirits of the prisoners are still here, stuck between worlds, unable or unwilling to move on. Perhaps they're still serving their time, caught in the cycle of pain and punishment that define their existence. The haunting legacy of Eastern State Penitentiary leaves us with more questions than answers. Why do some souls linger while others pass on? Are these spirits looking for closure, or are they condemned to remain within the confines of the prison forever? Eastern State Penitentiary is a place where the line between history and the supernatural blurs. A place where the echoes of the past still call out, waiting for someone to listen. If you're fascinated by chilling tales like this one, make sure to join us next as we unravel the mystery of the Yuba County Five. Another baffling story filled with unanswered questions and eerie twists. Click on the next video and keep exploring the untold truths.